I was 21 years old, and I thought I was living my American dream. I was working in a bakery decorating cakes with care. In the afternoon, I headed to Denny's where I was tables and chat with customers. Life was very simple, busy, and full of hope. I was also preparing for my biggest dream, the biggest dream of becoming a father. This was the biggest dream of my life. But everything changed in November 28, 1998. Suddenly, everything changed. I was in a terrible car accident. I was driving home when I was in a terrible car accident. 1 minute I was thinking about the next day work. In the next minute, my whole world shattered. I started fighting to recover. When I finally transferred to Edgemoor Hospital, that's when I felt a little better. Then I started going and actually moving a little more. Now that I'm here for so long and so many years, people often ask me what it's like to be in a nursing home for so many years. However, I always tell them that privacy, especially privacy and dignity, are not always easy. This is probably one of the hardest things in a nursing home. When staff comes and go in the rooms, we have to let them come and go. We learn to adapt to the situations, I guess. But I always believe that dignity is something you can claim. And you can claim for yourself, especially through your choices or through your passions, and especially through your voice. Yeah, because when you express your voice, or the ones who are with you who are not able to speak for themselves, you say what you need or what you think, you helping, and not only helping yourself, but you helping others around you. One of the ways to keep my dignity and joy alive is through my sports. Doing sports is one of the things I love to do. And I may live in a nursing home, but that has never stopped me from living my life fully. I'm going to surf the waves. I paddle the waters. I ski down the mountains. I also went to the marathons with my team Koi, which is the one I belong to. And I'm going to the marathons with them. I just went to do a paragliding. I ride a helicopter in the Grand Canyon. It was a really big thing to do. And I always believe that I can do and I can try any sport I can. And if there is another one I can try, and I will be able to try it. Believe me guys, I want to try it. I love to try it no matter what. My next thing is to jump from the plane. That's one of the things I want to. But I might do it next. And I say that because sports giving me a lot of freedom. They remind me that life is not defined by walls or routines, but it depends how far you're willing to push yourself. That's the way it's divided. At least that's the way I believe. And every time I'm there, either surfing, skiing, or running, when I was running with my team, I feel free, I feel alive. I feel independent and full of dignity. That's what I share my journey. I share it to remind you that no matter what you are or where you are, there's always a way to keep moving forward. And don't let your circumstances stop you. Don't let your circumstances limit your dreams. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your dreams. Also, moving to a nursing home as a young adult, that was a really hard transition for myself. That was the hardest transition of my life. Privacy and dignity, they're not always in my control. but there was nothing I can do. And often I felt like I didn't belong to them. I didn't belong to this place, a place that is built for the older people. And I was the youngest in here. I was the youngest when I came. I carry a lot of anger with me, bitterness, sadness, everything that is negative. Everything negative, that was what was happening to me. However, slowly things began to change. Finally, I started forming relationships with the staff who truly care about me. Also residents who welcome me in. But not everything was negative. I also developed a lifelong relationship with a hospital volunteer who until now, to this day, she still continues helping me with everything I need outside, especially outside the hospital. I try to do the things I can do by myself, but if I get stuck or something, if I need help for anything, I will ask her for advice, and it's still helping me. She started introducing me to other people. That was the beginning of finding a place in a world I never thought about. I never thought I want to be part of it. But now I've been part of it because everybody welcomed me, and I'm happy for that. Also, years after my accident, I began attending school. I earned my high school diploma. I earned my associate's degree, and finally a master's degree in social worker. Through my education, I get a deeper understanding of me, of myself, and my life. And finally, I came to realize something surprising, that I actually feel fortunate that I had the accident, because thanks to the accident, I did so many things. Thanks to the accident, they opened the path for so many opportunities I never had before if I didn't have the accident. That's what I believe. He also forced me to use my mind, causing me to fall in love with learning and also with the community. The community outside my perceived walls. He introduced me to art. That's when I met art, which I started painting, and that's when this allowed me myself to express myself and say what I do, or what I think on my paintings, even though a lot of people don't understand. But I understand myself. And I met my wife, Deborah, the love of my life. I love you, Debbie. With Deborah, she made me feel like what once I felt the end. I start a new beginning, and she makes me happy. And I thank her very much. And with her, I start a new beginning and a new life. A life that is filled with resilience, purpose, and inspirations. Inspiration to keep painting, and no matter what the challenges are, or what are you facing, remember there's always a way to get out and to go forward. There is always a reason to keep living fully. And remember, nothing is impossible. Now, looking back, those 25 years don't really just happen to me. They really shaped me. They shaped me for who I am now, who I am today. Every challenge became a lesson. But every lesson makes me stronger, that's for sure. Every moment of doubt became a reason to keep going. Now when I sit with a paintbrush between my teeth, creating life on canvas, I see more than just art. I see a story, my story, a story that no matter where you are planted, beauty still grows.